Go. Hi, Gertie. Yes.
Just as a reminder, you had, I think it was 150 ranchers that had, cattle out there in this range that was this BLM land. They were all working together and they had, drainage, piping, and water like that for the cattle.
The reason why I even went.
Hey, you guys. Hold on. Can you hear me okay?
Hi, Beth.
So nice to see you. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Karen Helene. Good. Okay. All right. We'll wait a second for people to hop on. I'll start the recording. We only have 13 on, so send. If anybody's having trouble getting on with the password, I know that, okay, we have more people hopping on. I'm gonna get my light set up because I'm showing you how I'm actually setting up my personal board for this bonus. Oh, good, we're already recording. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna unmute you right now. Can you hear me, Lindsay? She might have walked away for a second. Da, 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 da. Lindsay Rossler. Kelly, I was going to have Lindsay speak because they've never heard them. As I get set up, will you give everybody an update on what you
I'm so
got?
sorry.
Oh, good. There you are.
I was on the phone.
You're like, Beth. Well, you guys, because so many of you have never heard Lindsay's story of what she built and the amount of time, I would love to set the stage with that, because what you did, Lindsay, when you came in and started growing this business is phenomenal. And I think that the biggest thing is the belief that it can happen. So would you share your story and a little bit how you created momentum, and then your plan for what you are looking at for this bonus, being, years and years in. I've got dogs coming in. I'm going to set up my light while you talk.
Absolutely. Well, I greatly apologize for the way I look, guys. I'm on day 12 of the Rona. So Jesus worked on me because I have rested for 12 days and then they launched that last night. And today's the first day that I feel human again. So thank you, Jesus. But anyways, I started my 7-year anniversary is January 24th. So I started just like a lot of people started, but it was a Facebook friend. It was an acquaintance. It was somebody that I actually had a business relationship with that I started. So that's the main thing. If you get nothing else out of what I have to tell you today, do not quit posting. Do not underestimate the value of your social media, because Susan and I were acquaintances, and that is it. We were nothing more or nothing less but acquaintances. She posted one day on Facebook how she had this crazy busy weekend, and I was a 30-year-old mother looking forward to getting in my pajamas and going home and watching Lifetime Movie Network. That's what my life consisted of. And so when she picked up the phone, or I reached out to her, she immediately called me because we were survivors and we love to throw up on people, right? And she just was this. Guys, I want you to just think, I want you to know where I was. I had to put Susan off because I did not have the money in my checking account. So I had to go and deposit my paycheck that Friday. I called her back that night. I placed a promoter package because it was enough product for me and my husband, but it was my electric bill money. And lo and behold, I never knew the experience I was going to get. I was on a mariachi band of supplements prior. I always believed in taking supplements. So she didn't have to sell me on that part. I wanted simplicity. So do not ever underestimate the power of 3 simple steps. That's the main key right there. The next thing just turned into me loving my experience. And I was telling everybody within 3 feet of me, my coworkers, my friends. Obviously, you always start with your family because those are you start with your ride or die. Okay. I call them my people that'll bail me out of jail. Those are the people that I start with because they're the ones that are going to do whatever crazy thing you have, and they're going to help you get there. But then your second list is obviously people that you know need this product. And your third list, which is the worst list, and the list that I failed miserably at still to this day, 7 years later, is like-minded people that are in other businesses that understand multi-level marketing and network sales. I don't have a following like that because I've never done anything until Lavelle started. But those are the list I made. But here's what I want to tell you. I was ignorance on fire, which is exactly what I be today with this bonus. I'm ignorance on fire. I don't want to know what I can and what all the potential I have. All I want to know is I'm going to get my head down. I'm going to write out my goals. I'm going to put on here who I'm reaching out to. And there's no perfect thing that I'm going to tell them. I'm just going to send a message. I'm going to send the Zoom that Maria did last night. And I'm going to say, listen, I don't know if the time is right for you, but this is an opportunity that we have in front of us. I'm running for it. Do you want to run with me? Not begging, pleading, stealing, borrowing. I'm simply going to ask, and I'm moving on to the next person. Because one thing I've learned in this business is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So I'm not going to waste my time on other people that maybe don't see the potential or that maybe have already given up before but I am going to go back to people that were in this business with me in the beginning, and I'm going to give them their opportunity, because here's the thing. You never know where people are at this point in their lives. So don't discount somebody or count them out before you've even asked them. That's the main thing. I went back through my sponsorship report today and started writing down names of people and here's the thing. I'm not going into what they can earn. I'm going into the fact that this is what's on the table for them. Then if they come back to me, then we start going a little bit further into detail and so forth and so on. But I started my experience, guys, and I ran with it, which is exactly what I want to encourage each and every one of you on this Zoom today. Don't overthink it. Don't be perfect product guru. Don't be a compensation plan guru. And Beth may not agree with that. Some people don't agree with that, but I'm going to tell you, I hit 200K in 5 months in this company, became a millionaire. I've done so many things. But what I didn't do is get into the statistics. I shared this with each and every person because I know what the 3 simple steps can do for them. I know that it can help somebody with discomfort, somebody that needs energy, somebody that needs to sleep better. I know that it can help somebody that's 18 years old and 82 years old. That's what you need to focus on. You don't need all of the in between. You've got leaders that know that. And the last thing that I will leave you with is utilizing validation in group chats. That is so, so important to have somebody else just simply validate what you do. They know that you're a thriver. They know, and a lot of people think that you're trying to sell them. But one thing that you can do is you can pull in your upline and you can say, you know what? I really think that Kelly's story is going to relate to you so much, Beth. I just want you to hear her story real quick. Kelly shares her experience. That gives Beth one more person that she's heard their voice. Voice clip needs to be your best friend these next 120 days, not that typing out BS. Go and let these people hear your voice. There is passion in this right here. There is not so much behind a keyboard, and utilize that. And there's one more validation, but I'll leave you with this last thing. I know I said that a minute ago. Send the message. Stop overthinking it. Stop thinking that Beth or Kelly or other leaders are going to give you a perfect message. If there were a perfect message, we would all be bajillionaires. There's not. The perfect message is sending the message and sending it with passion and purpose. If you do those two things, you can mark my words, you're going to hit these bonuses. You're going to help other people. And I'm going to say this, you hitting a bonus is life-changing, but when you have team members that reach out to you because they were able to pay something, I'm going to tell you right now, that is when you drop on your knees and you know that God has put you in the right place. And it is the most overwhelming thing in your entire life to have somebody else help you with that. If that doesn't make you want to work harder these next 120 days, then I'm really not sure that you're in the right place. Yes, I want you to earn this bonus because I know I've earned one of these bonuses and I know what it can do. But when you have team members earn it, you are worthy. You feel this purpose come over you in life. And I promise you, it's going to set up your 2021 at the end of April when your team members have hit this, and you, because we're claiming that, we're speaking that into existence. The rest of the year is going to be phenomenal. So I'll pass it back to you, Beth.
I love that we went to Thrive Church with Lindsay. It's like, you guys, we didn't even know that. I didn't know she was hopping on. I didn't ask her to share that with you. We have day one over here quarantining, Lindsay, so I'd love some tips. I'm prayerful that I'm not next. But let's talk today about what Lindsay was talking about is when I say go back to the basics, it is that straightforward conversation. And it's not this promise of there's $60 million on the table. And first of all, you do want to have good marketing. Market this video. You've got, I think, 6 Lavelle millionaires on here doing the work, learning, and I'll remove my spotlight before you do that, because nobody needs to see me sitting on the floor in my pajamas. But I want to talk to you guys about one of the biggest pieces. Let me make sure that I can go back to the chat and mute everybody quickly so that we can mute all. Okay, there we go. Let me talk with you today about how simple it is to create your plan on your wall and why this is important. And a lot of people, the year that we did this, I don't even remember the year that, I think it was Missy Kremp, there were a couple of us, and we started to put this idea together. And I was sitting at a local in Orlando, and they were talking about going for their no with their sticky notes. And I thought, what if I went for the yes? And what if I could see where, because we lose people. So right now you're in an organizational phase, like Lindsay's going through her promoters, we're going through our contacts, but I want you to create a space, because you're not going anywhere. Most of you aren't traveling. Find a wall. I'm doing it right here because I can sit on the floor. This is where I meditate. I want you to write your devotions, your affirmations. I want pictures of the people earning those bonuses. And when I tell you, like, I got all teary-eyed, I know Kelly was getting all choked up as well, because I know what these bonuses can do for families. And I've never wanted, and I want, like, there's so many people that last night I wanted to like jump through my computer or my phone and say, there is no difference between where I was, Lindsay, Kelly. I can't see who else is on here, but I'm calling them out because we didn't have a secret formula. Kelly had pharmaceutical sales experience. So she knew how to walk into an office and sell somebody something and use some sales words and had that confidence, but I didn't have any of that. And so it was simply just not the right message, the right wording, but I really wanted to have those conversations. And I'll also talk to you a little bit about tap rooting today into what that means into your organization. So what the sticky note board is if you've never, if you saw me setting up or heard, I had a ring light fall on me, a dog knock over water. If you could see what's behind me, and these gold half nails that look like I have yellowed fingernails because I thought gold would be really fun. Now I can't go take them off because I can't leave my house. So that's the reality. So this is my wall. You will see, and I'll keep sharing pictures of my wall. And I also would love to invite Karen when you're ready, even to turn on the Zoom on United We Thrive in the morning and pray over those that are going for these bonuses, to just have 5 minutes that your face pops on and people can either join you live or watch you. And then I thought I might get on 3 days a week and talk about what I'm walking through in terms of the energy, the belief, the pictures, the vision, the conversations that you're having. And the other thing I want to say to you all right now, personal responsibility. Nobody else can give you a formula. They can be on those 3-way chats with you. For our team that's on here, we have 14 hours of working Zooms a week. And we also will have lunch and learn coming up. There's a lot of resources, but just get into action. So that's what this is action. And so I put some poster boards up, and I was going to build it before, and I thought I want to walk through the thought process with you, and feel free to unmute and ask me things as well. So we start with knowing that we need to have people to get started on Thrive, right? And we have many people that we have in our phones, in our friend list, and even people that we don't even know are watching us. So the sticky notes are a person. And sometimes what has changed in my sticky notes is I used to know I have 100 names that I'm putting on these sticky notes today, but as I post in my stories and as I interact with people and as I'm making connections, I most definitely will see somebody pop up that I want to have a conversation with. For example, today I was doing my connection time, my power comments, power connecting, and I popped through the stories and somebody from high school who I have been connected with since 2015 about this. And I thought, oh my gosh, she's perfect. And so she went on my sticky note. I'm going to walk you through what that funnel would look like. So the name's going on the sticky notes, and I take notes on them. This is my personal workspace. So my door right here, that's to my right, the back of the door is going to have all the different names. I'll show you the picture of people that I connect with, and I'm going to color code. I'm going to have people that have sampled our product. My former customers are going to be in blue, and new people that I've never talked to about Thrive are going to be in pink. This is just what I'm doing. You can do it any way that you want. So when I started this and had the most success, I didn't worry too much about anything more than 10 people a day minimum are going to have that direct conversation with me about getting started on Thrive or getting started with their business, either or, one or both. So when Blair reached out to me, she reached out to me about telling me how she was experiencing the product, but she said, and now more than ever, you guys, you've got the formula. People want to diversify their income. They want to build online. They want to build with credibility with a company that's been around long enough to know that we've got products that work. We've got leadership that works. And that's what we have, and we want immune support. People want to feel better. People are investing in their wellness. So I will tell you, when you think about your voice memos, don't worry about like, if I would you, I mean, if that's your gig, sure. But to Natalie, all I said to her was, hey, Natalie, you popped up in my stories, and I am looking to work with men and women who are wanting to really, really dive in, learn this business, make some money for their families, sharing the most innovative health and wellness product. You know, I'm always a fun bus driver. Let's have a conversation if you're open. How's 4 o'clock sound today? And she booked it. 4 o'clock, we're gonna talk. And I'm gonna ask her questions when she comes on. So let's talk about Natalie. This right here, and I've got you on a laundry basket so that I didn't want you to have to like look at my butt the whole time. And maybe after the Ultimate Thriver, after I win my $50,000 and the $200,000 bonus for my husband, get 100% on all of my 60 people that are getting it, you know, like I'll take you all to Hawaii and I'll buy a hotel or something. Not wasting money. Okay, so these are your columns and this is your funnel, okay? So what I want you to remember is that everybody has to move through the column. When Paul says we give them a free account, we send them to the fan page, we put them on a 3-way chat, we get them started on their product. So my funnel is my first connection. So this is going to say connect. And that's what I did with Natalie this morning. I connected with her via her stories. I commented, I left a power comment. I'm being super aggressive right now. So I'm not just waiting for her to comment back because I'm prospecting. There is $500,000 that could come into my life in April. And I figured it out for one of the promoters that I was talking to this morning who she'll hit 200K, her husband can, 3 people on her front line, she could do 100%. I said, you could have $1 million, $50,000, $20,000, $10,000, $4,000. That is going to change life. So I am not going to wait around and be super cool. I am going to have conversations like Blair had with me. And you all know, she said, I'm doing this, let's do this. And she walked me through the connection. The next one that I'm going to say is that this is the invite. And in the invite, it is an invite to get on the phone with me, to watch some sort of video. Like we have different videos and stories, and like Maria Dillard's video, I'll get the YouTube link. Last night she did a Zoom, and that's what Lindsay was sending out today. So your invite is, what am I going to ask them to take a look at? I would suggest doing it on poster board so you can put notes all over the place. You can use the little sticky notes, and you can do notes. Like I'm gonna put Natalie notes next to her because this is a work in progress. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It has to just remind me of how I'm moving people through the funnel, what I'll follow up with. So the invite can be, you know, you could invite them to look at their 1, 2, 3 page. You could invite them to watch a 200K documentary. You could invite them into one of your groups. You could invite them to, maybe your team will be hosting different Zooms where you're just doing info sessions. I'm going to do I'm going to get with Kelly and Blair and Amber and Sarah and Nancy. And I was thinking, what would be awesome, we can even team up with teams like Lindsay's, just hearing her story, how powerful that was. So yep, invite everyone to the Do You Thrive group for sure, because we want them to see the community and the stories. So I'm thinking, like, wouldn't it be great to have a day? Write this down. I'm starting to sound like Paul Gravette. Write this down, Lindsay. Write this down, Kelly. That we said this is like, we're going to do 15-minute Zooms every hour on the hour and interview somebody that shares that story, just as Lindsay shared the story, her story of what happened in the business, that you all can have people hop on and listen. So that could be a really great day of, here's what I invite to. So even if we did that once a week from now until April and had an hour where every 15 minutes there was a different story that you could invite to hop on. So that's something that I want you to stay watching your leader updates, your team pages, so that you can see all of these different things. So invite to take a look. And so if I invite Natalie to get on the phone with me and she's not quite ready to get started, I'm going to then say, well, I'm going to add you to the customer group because you can see all of these stories. So I want to talk about how I want to know what her why is in terms of why would she want to start. Her why is going to be very different, but I know that she cleans house. It has a house cleaning business. I know that that slowed down quite a bit, and I know she's tired. I also know that she has a lot of friends who are struggling financially, and it's cold in the Midwest. So I want to be able to help her to see that she can solve problems. And then I want to be able to help her to get started in a very simple way. So we've got, can you see that? So invite, connect. So what am I inviting to? The Do You Thrive group, a video, just the 123 site, the fan page. I love sharing some of the documentaries. I try to find someone that they can relate to, the stories of success, or the three-way chat. So connect, invite, and then here's the thing is there might need to be a follow-up to that invite. And this is where you're going back and forth. So the follow-up might be a three-way chat. The follow-up might be an invite to your team huddle. But when you're watching it go through, and I always ask, like, what more information can I give you so you can get started? Most of the time during here, I might have connected with her and she might become a customer, but I'm still going to move her back into, if she wants to look at the business side of it, I still would say, hey, I know we just ordered your Thrive experience, but this is why you have the sticky notes, because I wouldn't remember that Natalie just ordered. I'm talking to 20 to 30 people a day. So then we have, so after the follow-up, there's in the follow-up and in the invite, we want to make sure that we give them the free account and that we tell them, I might say, I'm taking off my sweater. I'm so hot. I just got off the Peloton. I'm I'm not going to show up half naked on the Zoom, but you guys, we got work to do. I'm going to be half naked on the Zoom. So I want you to think about this is, when you give them a free account, say, hey, go look at the website, go read the fan page. I know that some of us are oh, I wish we had this, and this. All I had when I got started was a fan page with 3,000 people, a free account, and a three-way chat, and no other tools. But the stories are what really, really are the driving force, right? So connect, invite, follow up, make sure they have their free account. You've got your customer groups. Right now, we've got the Ultimate Thriver group. Your leaders, I know if you're on here and from a variety of different teams, this was put in Lunch and Learn as well. So we've got a group chat with 200K leaders. And if we do a 15-minute share a story every 15 minutes that you can hop into or listen to, you're going to know about it. Just check your team updates in your team groups every morning. But your leaders will tell you, here's what you can invite to this week. You guys on United We Thrive, you know that we have, here's what you can invite to. Just decide to invite to something. It doesn't have to be perfect. It could be last night, Kelly and Sarah Cole did an incredible video. If you are about Kelly's earning of 2 bonuses, it's almost as though she knew it was coming, but she didn't. And if that's not even your leadership, that's okay, because it's the story. Kelly's got that YouTube link. You could say, hey, here is a woman who earned 2 bonuses, came straight out of pharmaceutical sales, and she sat at 12K for quite a while. She wasn't all in. She's like, I just want my car bonus. And I'm not leaving my full-time job. And her story is that if she was in the corporate field right now, Kelly, that would not be a good thing, would it? No. And that is what we need, is to have your arsenal of videos of things that you might want to share, but mostly having a conversation and mostly asking those questions. So after the follow-up, then you've got the free account. So she might become a customer. My columns are off. And then we've got referrals. And this is where we've got customer and then referrals. And then we've got upgraded promoters. And then we've got what happens when they become a promoters VIP, 800, 1600, 4K. So when I have my customers, if Natalie gets to here, I also want to know, I still keep most of my customers on the 5th, 15th, and 25th because I'm a creature of habit. So I can look and see, right? I'm going to add all my auto ship customers to this board. But what happens when I'm doing my work, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, my connection, my reach outs, is I can say, okay, over here are the names of the people that I've identified that I want to talk to. Plus, I'm still doing all the work inside of groups, asking questions in groups, making those connections, because I am treating this as though I want you to think about speed dating. I don't want you to be weird and commission breathy and be out there like, I'm going to meet the most people in the universe. But if you were looking to marry a spouse by April, would you sit inside of a Facebook group and just hang out? Or would you start conversations to find out if that person was a fit for you? You would start conversations, see if that person was a fit. Now, what if you could have 15 husbands all doing different jobs? Like, this is sounding weird, but think about one that cleans the garage, one that cooks for you, one that massages your feet. But you know, it's all cool because they're just like, I don't know, maybe it's like 15 people that massage your feet. You would start having conversations. So what would happen if, let me undo this spotlight video because I don't like to stare at myself like that. So how am I doing this? Am I still here? How come I can't see myself? Hold on. I've got, oh, I know what I did here. Okay. So what I want to talk to you guys about right now is I want to kind of go through questions with you on, let me go back to my view. Here we go. I feel like my mother on a Zoom right now for some reason, because I was in a spotlight video and now I can't see the people. So Kelly, why can't I see everybody? I only see Mandy view. Here we go.
You need to
there we go. I found it. Okay. So what this whole idea is that we're going from connection to invite and then follow up, and you're going to see that this whole time there will be, you want, until somebody says absolutely not, like, and that's the thing, is be sure to ask your questions, but have intuition with, I'm not going to reach out to some random person that I've never had a connection with and try to get them from connection all the way to promoter, unless that's where they're going. So how can you put some things on your social media that would shorten this up and have some invites so you can go straight from your wall to, hey, I want to know more about what's happening. So you can fast track this with some good social media. And then you see them over here in promoter. And then I'm also going to have more posters that are my 4Ks and just looking and affirming and seeing what's happening. And taprooting is also looking into your organization. If you've got somebody that brought in 3 or 4 people that aren't as active, go ahead and reach out and have a conversation. And it's not for you to be, Kelly, I'm going to ask you a question in a second, so be ready to take over. It's not for you to be somebody that thinks that you have to tell somebody exactly what to do. Because I think that a lot of people on here that have done this for a long time and even a short time would say it's more having the conversation, getting them started with a Thrive experience, getting them connected to the resources that you already have. Because every person, you know, if I think about the first, 4 or 5 weeks that I started this business, I just literally would get somebody started on their Thrive experience and then get them started on helping the next person with their Thrive experience by free account, taking a look at the stories on the fan page. Now we've got so many more resources, and getting them connected inside of, the team resources and the 3-way chats. So Kelly, to fast track this and how we go from connection to, hey, I want the information. I want that person. My goal is to have 10 people a day say to me, I want that information, without us pouring. Paul talked today about not being like, earn $20 million, become a billionaire. but a different type of marketing. So if you would talk about how you are planting the seeds on social media, how you're creating the stories, and what someone can do to go from connection to, hey, I need to know more about this. Because you usually skip a lot of these stages because you're going from connection and they're already like, tell me more. And you're almost interviewing and saying, this is what it looks like to work with us. Let's see if you're a good fit. So can you share how you're moving people through your funnel, and specifically a social, like what you're doing for your social media strategy, how it looks when somebody says to you, what is it that this is all about? How do you work them through this? And what does this look like for you?
Yeah. So everything that you have on that funnel is an exact, like, oh gosh, you made me big. I'm like, whoa, I'm going to make myself, do I have to be that big?
Today.
I haven't showered. Oh wait, did I shower? I can't even remember today. All right. So I love everything through that funnel. And honestly, like in normal land, you know, it's great. That's like a great scenario when you're taking your time. But right now, you know, if you have the opportunity to fast track someone, fast track them. You can go from step 1 to close. You know, I do always feel that you need to earn the right to earn the right for the conversation. You don't have to necessarily earn the right to like get the sale, but you can earn the right for a conversation. You can earn the right to take a look. You can earn the right for other things besides buying my product or join my team.
What do you mean by earn the right?
So I mean, like you're
mean.
giving value. So you're providing value. You're asking them, you're providing some sort of inquisitive thing. And you're doing that through your social media. You're doing that through curiosity. You're doing that by painting the picture of what it looks like to be a part of this community. You're doing that by what does it look like when you've earned $4,000 in your bank account? It's not about me, it's about you. I really do believe that each and every one of you can earn whatever it is that you want out of this when you put other people's goals ahead of your own. So listen to that carefully. Like it's about them, not about you. You do not need to worry about your bonus, because if you're serving other people and helping them get started on the product, get started on their business, and the quantity of reach outs and connections, you are going to earn it, obviously in a strategic approach. But so what my social media looks like is it's more assertive than normal. I love to follow the 80-20 rule. I love to follow the curiosity. I do lots of engagement because I love to have conversations, talking to a ton of people so they come to me and ask me questions is normally my style. It's going to be a little bit more assertive. I'm going to put it out there a little bit more. I'm going to be shouting people out. And here's the thing. Whether you have one person on your team, you have 0, or you have thousands, shout people out when they earn it. When you start seeing people on this network making bonuses, I put a post up on United We Thrive this morning for past people to shout out. People want to see that it's possible. And that was one of the things that I shared with Sarah Cole was like, I'm no unicorn. Beth's no unicorn. Like Lindsay's no unicorn. Everybody has the same opportunity. It's just putting in the work. It's having the motivation. It's getting to doing behind the scenes. It's not what people see up front. It's what you're doing when no one is looking and behind the scenes of it. And so on social media, you have to paint that picture, and you have to do it on a regular basis. So it's not just putting a story up and getting all excited in this next 5 days and no one says yes to you, and then you're like, well, I guess this wasn't for me. No, it's for you. I will encourage you guys, the excitement that you're feeling right now when we get off of this, and Beth, you know, doing this incredible training, record yourself to yourself. I know this sounds silly, but this is something that I always do. I encouraged my team to do it last night. Take a recording and talk to yourself in your future about how pumped up you are right in this moment, how pumped up you are, like that you're going to earn whatever you're going to earn. Set your goals, set your intention, and talk to you. And then go and put a reminder on your phone every Friday to watch that video back and pump yourself up, because yes, you have amazing leaders, but they can't do it for you. You have to put in the sweat equity. You have to put in the effort. Remind yourself to post on your stories. Remind yourself to be intentional about the words that we're using. So for my messaging, I'm being a little bit more direct, honestly. And it's not like join my team or buy my product direct. It's like earning, when I say earning the right, it's me providing some sort of value or painting the picture of solving their pain point. So if I know that they would, because of conversations, that they need income, I'm going to solve the pain point of painting what it looks like to have that $4,000 in their bank account on February, whatever the second Tuesday is. What does that look like? And commit to them that I'm holding their hand through this process, because guess what? We have a team community that has everything lined up for them. We have, Zooms, we have all of the things that they need to win, and they'll be winning with other people. And so those are the conversations really behind the scenes. And I will just encourage you to 10x your efforts. I mean, truly, like, this is the time when Beth said, it did bring tears to my eyes when Beth said it's life-changing. I am telling you, in 2017, when those bonuses hit my bank account, it was life-changing. It was something that changed what my family has been able to do because of that. And I will tell you, those 5 months that I busted my tail, you better believe it is still paying off years later. And I want that for each and every one of you, and you can have it too, and so can your team. I don't know if that's what you wanted me to cover.
Can you walk us through, if you were messaging Lindsay, say you know Lindsay might be dabbling with another company or something, she's selling some CBD, and she's like, oh, Kelly, I watch you all the time, like blah blah blah, you know that she can win over here. How does that conversation start? Like, you're hanging out on Instagram together. I want to know the words.
That conversation starts with, what does she love and what would she love to improve about her current situation?
What's the first words? You're like looking at her name on Instagram, looking at your name on Instagram, and you're like, oh, yep, she's waiting for her the 600 stimulus check or $4,000 bonus. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to get your pitch in a second. We're going to have pitch. I want to do some pitch slapping right now. If you've got a pitch, I want you to share.
Put it in there.
What's your pitch?
Like it, Lindsay.
Next. Get ready, you guys, and I'll send a recording out of this, because hearing somebody's pitch can really help. I feel like we're in the clubhouse sharing the pitches, but we can see it.
I know, it's funny when you said, Kelly, you're about to share us, because Maria and Sheila were dinging me in the clubhouse. I was like, oh gosh, there's a bunch of people in the clubhouse. Right now.
They're all in the clubhouse. We got to get to the clubhouse.
No, we're good here. Okay, so what did you say? So what would I say?
What's your pitch?
So it depends. Like, I don't have a certain thing that I will say, but I will definitely want to first uncover exactly where Lindsay is. Where I need to uncover her pain point. So that is the very first thing, is to uncover, where is she? Like, is she happy there? Is it about community for her? Is it about money for her? Is it about the products for her? So first I will want to uncover, like, where is the hole in the artillery? Like, where is that? Is it, what is she not getting? Because she's talking to me. And here's the thing, like, this is just me personally. I am not someone who goes after a lot of, like, people who are in other things. We're going to have a conversation, and I'm going to say, like, what is your next goal? Like, how can I support you in your next goal? And then we may end up having a conversation about, well, I've been stuck for a really long time. Well, have you ever thought about it may not be the right company? Painting that picture, inviting her on to Sunday nights, Maria Dillard's team huddle, inviting her on to listen to something else that paints a picture of what it could be. Because, there are so many, it's Beth, it's Blair. There are so many people who've been in direct sales before that may not have had the success, but had the success here. What does that look like for Lindsay? And just dropping those nuggets to her, like planting those seeds. And then just saying, like, it would be, obviously I'm reaching out to Lindsay. I like Lindsay. I want to hang out with Lindsay. How fun would it be, Lindsay, for us to do this together? Like, we can grab hands and we can go, and I can show you the way. And like that.
She's in. She's totally in.
She's like, yes, I'm doing this.
I'm not going to be happy.
Yes. So I think that's it. It's just like, it's building that trust, you guys, because you can't go in and just automatically, like, assume that just because we know it's great. Lindsay doesn't know it's great. Lindsay just sees me on, wherever Instagram we're connecting, is like, okay, this girl's like full of herself, blah, 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 blah. Like, you have to paint that genuine connection of what it looks like. Get to know them. Go spend 90 seconds on Lindsay's Instagram and check out what she's about. What drives her? Does she have kids? What motivates her? If she's on Instagram and she's got stories, you can watch them, and I guarantee you can learn a lot about somebody and just what they're sharing on their stories.
I love that. So
Take the time to put in
What's
the
your pitch,
effort.
Lindsay?
What?
What's your pitch?
Okay, well, hold on. I want to just piggyback on what Kelly just said.
Okay.
I learned this from a downline speaker, team member at one of our retreats. And here's where I want to piggyback off of Kelly. I want you to not think about what I told you earlier, like your ride or dies, your family. I want you to think of 4 people in your social media right now that you know you would go on a road trip with. 4 people in another network marketing or that you've just followed and watched that you would get in a car and go on Route 66 because you know they're your kind of people. Those are the ones you need to be reaching out to. You know what, Kelly? I don't know. There's just something that really brings me, I don't know why. There's just a vibe about you that I love. And I could see us road tripping together. I just want to share some of my information with you because I think that we could have so much fun on this journey together. So find those 4 people that you would get in the car with that you know nothing about other than the fact that they are your tribe. They attract your vibe. So my sales pitch is, number 1, go to my Instagram. And you're going to see me in this exact outfit that I just posted an hour ago. Real raw and authentic. I did put a filter on. I did tell people that in the beginning, but my pitch is, are you waiting for that $600 stimulus check? Are you refreshing your bank account or walking out to your post office waiting for that? Listen, I've been there. I've done that. People, guys, that's the most important thing. You have to be relatable. They need to know you've been there and you've done that. I've been there. I've done that. I have waited for that check. I am no longer that person anymore. Every single Tuesday, I'm being rewarded. And now I have another compensation plan on top of my weekly rewards that I have the opportunity to help you earn as well. This is not about me. This is about them and you. But I'm telling you now, when you pull them in, guys, I know too many people that are posting on social media complaining about not having their $600 stimulus check. Okay. Those are the people that you need to reach out to. And let me tell you this, the people that have no money to their name are the ones that will surprise you more than anything. The ones that you're sitting here thinking she's going to run, she's going to run, she's going to run. You can bet your sweet Bippy they're not going to run. I love you. That doesn't mean you don't reach out to them. But don't set your standards at this level when you have people right here that are just begging, pleading, that went to bed last night praying. So I'm using that because I know a lot of people are waiting for that check. And I'm going to say, you know what, here's what we're going to do. Here is how you are not going to have to refresh your bank account anymore. There's no perfect message. My slides are like 15 today, but I felt what was on my heart. And that's who I put on there. If you're ready and you want to do this, but here's the thing. I say you have to do the work. I will give you the script. I will give you anything you want, but you still ultimately at the end of the day have to be the one that wants to do the work. I never go leading them blindly thinking that I'm just going to lay this platter out for them because hello, I got my own family I can lay a platter out for. What I'm telling them is I can help them along the way and I'm in the trenches with them. So utilize that right now, guys, because there's so much negativity going on in the world. Be that positive light to let people know that there's options.
Thank you so much. Yes. And that's the biggest piece of it. And that is really when you put this out there, and this to me was like, it took me a long time to grasp this, is that it is not, as a leader, your role as a sponsor, your role as the support is that you're not a 24/7 hotline, motivational, tell your person, you want to tell them every step their first 14 days, like walking them through, but giving them the resources and asking the question like, hey, earning this $4,000 bonus, it's going to take some focus and effort, and I'm here to show you how we can get that done. And getting a commitment for the time, getting a commitment to give a step by step, and mostly that step by step. And that's what I want you guys to do. I know we're getting our lists ready. We're in action. I want you to, as we get off of this, I'm going to give you 3 tasks that I want you to do today. And I'm talking to myself. So I did a post today because I've been a little quiet on social media, and just because I've had a lot going on in my head, and I was a lot that went on, you know, a lot of the things that I was watching, so much devastation over the last days, and watching some friends have to, you know, mourn the loss of parents. Two good friends, one is on here, and my heart's been super heavy. So I didn't feel like it, and that's okay. But I knew that if I went at it today with like, and I'm going to give you some posting ideas. So I started today, if you go look, with a post about somebody's first job I want people telling me things. Now I'm not reaching out, but I'm going to go back and make huge connections. And so I would say that you want to have aggressive posts, but you also want to have really fun ways to get people talking to you. Like, even what's the craziest thing you've ever found in, you know, in your junk drawer, in your purse, and this or that type of posts, combined with sharing the stories, becoming a valuable resource. Like Kelly said, you earn the right. You earn the right by being a resource. So I watched my friend Bridget, who's in here, and I want to share this with you, is that Bridget and I met in a completely different realm than her coming to me for the Thrive experience. She was a top leader recruiter in another company, and she came to me after listening to you know, giving value. This could be a Facebook Live. For me, it was a podcast. And she said, it seems like it seems like you lead a large team as well. I'm super overwhelmed. I feel like I'm just burning the candle from both ends. And we started to have conversations about that. And I started to think, if Bridget wasn't with me now, if she was still burning the candle at both ends, it would have been, I started her on the product. I was like a little coy. I wanted her to see some success. I knew I had her on my vision board. I knew she's been on my vision board since the day I met her, that she is going to be a 200K leader. But the perfect timing that we all know and see is that this is the right time right now. And so she started needing our product. And then she started saying, I know a lot of people that need this product, and it became a longer conversation. So if it was today, I would most likely go to her and say, can I have a conversation with you without you thinking I'm sneaky and slimy? Because I know that I know we've talked about your other business, but I really feel on my heart, Bridget, that I have to say this to you. It's kind of like when you have someone that you know you want to work with. Let's say that I knew, like it was Amber and Kelly Hoover. They were pharmaceutical salespeople. Blair and I were not close. I mean, we were internet friends. We were kind of like check in with each other. I thought Blair was so spunky. I was almost annoyed by her. I was like, oh my gosh, here's Blair again. She's so spunky. And now, like, you can't even find one thing that you could even find a fault in this woman. But when I first went to the first Stella and Dot meeting, and she was at the front of the room, and she told me to go to the mall. This is totally side note. I was like, how do you get people to like have trunk shows? Like after you run out of your friends? And she's like, oh, you go to the mall and you wear a necklace. And when somebody compliments you on the necklace, you say, you know, you can earn this for free. And you know what? She was right. I wore one of those necklaces to the mall, and I booked a trunk show with the JCPenney Sephora chick. And then I stopped because I was like, people don't really need to be buying jewelry. And the moment that I stopped, and I want to share this because there's people in other industries that you'll be talking to, was when I was at a trunk show, and this lovely friend of mine said, can I write a check for half and put half on the credit card? And I said, yeah, sure. But why? She's like, well, we've got like, we're really behind this month. I really want to buy this. I really want to support you, but I just can't let my husband know. It would, you know, it's not like I can't tell him I want this necklace, but I don't really have the money right now. We've got to pay, like we've got this blah, blah, blah. And I thought, I don't have a way, like, I don't want anybody to ever feel that way, that they need to buy something they don't need and it doesn't run out. She was stressed out. I could see her, she wasn't sleeping at night. And then that was when I said, I got to find something that could really impact people's lives. Because I don't feel bad when somebody struggles to pay for their first month of Thrive, because I know they can get it for free. And I know that it's going to give them the energy, the focus, the excitement to be like Bridget, back hiking with her family, with her daughter, that's what it's going to take. So I want you to think about today, your 10 things is, I want you to find your Bridget, find your Kelly, find your Lindsay. And I want you, when you get off this Zoom, before you go to the bathroom, I want you to scroll and just say, hey, I need 10 minutes today. 10 minutes. Let's chat. It's somebody you know. It's not an internet friend. It's somebody you know. Kelly, you have somebody in your phone. I do too. And I want you to have that 10-minute conversation, and I want you to open it like this. Like, I would never forgive myself if I didn't put this out there to you, just to see, like, would you engage in this conversation and see if this is a fit? I want you to consider this. If Blair hadn't reached out to me on that day and she said, I almost didn't, because you had said, I'm not doing that again, I'm getting my real estate license, I would probably not be married. We would have lost a house. My husband went to rebuild a business that has rebuilt his confidence and his courage and been able to employ 70 people since the day that we thought we were going to have to like lose everything. And I would probably, I don't know where I would be. I'd probably be living with my mom because I can't focus long enough to do a real job. I'd be living with my mom in Michigan or something, and my daughter wouldn't be in New York City. It would be, there would be some tragic, and I wouldn't have helped thousands of people because she didn't make that call and she didn't have the courage to speak my language. And my language was, and Blair even said a small little tiny cuss word, holy S, Elise made, this is gonna make you laugh, Lindsay, $7,000 last week. I thought anybody in the world that can make $7,000 living in Montana, Elise is highly talented in marketing and leadership, but she was a regular person. And I was like, if I could make $7,000 a month, now I'm mad when it's 7,000. I'm like, this paycheck's too low. So I want you to think about that person. And it's just having that conversation. Did Blair know how to help me get a first customer? No. Did she know how to help me to earn a first bonus? No. Did she know the website? No. Had she studied with, was she with, who's that dude that she, the guy that wrote the Compound Effect, Darren Hardy. Did she do private training with Darren Hardy before she reached out to me? She wasn't there yet. I said that for you, Sharon, because you're working so hard. Sharon is working so hard right now on her mindset. She's like, I love it. She's sending me things all the time like, oh my gosh, breakthrough, breakthrough, breakthrough. But before you have the ultimate breakthrough, you can still have success. And so, what perfect timing for you too, Sharon. I mean, it is like such perfect timing for all of you humans on here. So I want you to do that. The next thing I want you to do is this. I want you to take out a piece of paper and I want you to really plan out in the best way that you can and I got to do this, I'm talking to myself, in your stories. I want you to have a testimonial of somebody that's worked with you or that you've helped that looks, maybe 3 or 4 testimonials. Find some text, ask on your chats, somebody that has worked with you on your team, somebody that's used your product. I want a testimonial going up in your stories every day. And then if you don't also have it, if you're an Instagram person, if you don't have it on your story highlights, you need testimonials in your story highlights, because as soon as they start looking at you, they're going to be tapping through. So I want you to take some time, nothing fancy. You can make it on Canva. You can just do it as a text from an app, but a testimonial. Partner up. Karen, Helene, if you want me to write a testimonial about your leadership, I am writing a testimonial. Ask. It's just a fast text. Put that in an album on Facebook. I want a testimonial about working with you or your product every day as one of your posts from now until April, and I want something in your stories every single day. I want you to show your 3 steps every single morning with your face. I am saying this because I am not a social media guru, and I'm always like, oh, Lindsay and Kelly are so good. They're always showing their faces. Go follow them. Show your face, show your 3 steps. Here we go again, 3 steps. I read, what is it? Wake up, thrive, take your capsules, do your devotions, drink your shake, whatever it is, have that ready. The next thing that I want you to have ready is get your stuff ready. Like stay up late tonight, put on some Beyonce, get your sticky notes out, get your list out, put your affirmations up, get your gym ready. Nobody works out unless their workout clothes are up in the morning, their bands are ready. Like get your space ready, get out your essential oils, your candles, clear the junk, get the garbage out, find a space. If it has to be inside of a closet, open the closet and put those affirmations up. And then the next thing I want you to do tonight is sit down with your family. Or if you're alone, call somebody that you love and say, it's just like I do with Dawn. If you hear me opening the Ben and Jerry's at 2 a.m, call me out on it. You state your goal and you tell your family and what was it that when you hit your goal, Lindsay, what did you do with your family? You had like a big thing, right? You told them you had a goal. What did you do together?
Well, on my vision boards, I include my entire family so that when they want to complain, I can go back and remind them. But my very first one was my daughter wanted a trip to Disney World and we were able to take that. So that's why I think it's so important to involve and see what they want to do so that you do it. But here's the thing. Don't say it and not do it. You have to follow through. So if a trip to Disney World is a little out of reach right now, then make it just a mom and me day of shopping with $100 budget. So don't overthink it, just do it and do something that they understand.
I love that. Mine with my daughter was once I hit 4K, $100 at Forever 21. And I'll tell you, I needed Thrive on that day because she was not a Forever 21 looking girl. Like she's putting on these clothes. I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Can you wash that? Can I hide you? They're going to kick you out of school. All right. That's what I have for you guys. This is your time. I know that I keep saying it, but you already have the tools that you need. You already do. You've just got to believe in it and keep it super, super simple in terms of I'm having that conversation. I'm going to help them get started. And then we're going to get their first 2 or 3 people. All right. And we'll get this recording up for you guys. And I will see you all soon. Thanks for hopping on. I want to make sure I do not lose my recording.